They're also retiling.
But when you break it down first.
She's also
Stay behind, bro.
I still play this year.
there's 5 different kitchens.
If you're holding a plate, like if you just
No. Because it's dangerous, right? Well, yeah, you're going to get food on you. Good. But you don't want to put your...
Oh, I like it. You guys even went for the double knives, like as if I like it. So let's get a peek and see.
Like you're doing that. Or you got maybe on somebody's plate, like...
So before I started cooking,
No, but actually that's great because that would be like if you said a steak knife or something. I didn't bring one. I should have. So actually, you're not wrong there. So what they have the bigger
You're going to have to do this when you do your encryption.
because your soup will probably come before you're using. Remember you're working.
Well, sometimes wouldn't they put their bread plate on top of the salad?
No. Always, bread plate's always going to be separate, almost always, and often the salad plate won't be there because they're going to serve the salad coming out. But or this might be. Right, exactly. So bread's usually separate, and the knife may be there. Napkin, perfect, your napkin there, that's good. And then it's sort of, but basically wine glass over the knife.
so it has to be, the knife has to move that way a little bit.
Right, but you would have, so that's fine because that would be, say this would be the steak knife, let's say, so that's good. And then, and some places, I mean, even, and the water glass, and wine glass over the spoon, okay, so, and you start getting to be too much. That's fine. Yeah, sometimes you're like, oh my god.
You drink that much.
But for the wine glass, it depends on what drink they ask for.
What drink they ask for, or what they're
Beforehand.
planning to serve. So like here, this is, we're serving just white wine or just red wine, or it doesn't matter. This is less. There's one wine glass, and it's going to be whatever they're serving is going in the one glass. So.
Because if you go to like a yard house, they ask like, oh, what would you like to be drinking today?
Right, and then they
give out the
yeah.
thing. Oh, okay.
This is more for catering, or where you're
Not okay.
Yeah,
You didn't order it, the host or hostess ordered it.
right.
For like
But
a wedding.
if you're working in a restaurant, they may have you go. So you probably aren't. Some restaurants have the wine glasses out, and they'll set a full complement, and then depending on what you order, and then when you order a white or you order a cocktail and not that, then they're going to remove the wine glasses from the table.
Or they only have wine.
Yeah.
They have whiskey or something.
So then, right, or just a fruit juice, or just whatever it is, then they'll remove. Then they take them away. You guys want to practice like somebody sitting down and bringing plates into somebody, serving and removing?
I'll sit.
Then would you serve from the right or the left? The left. Because your bread plate should be right here. So again, basically, it's kind of common sense, unless you work at a place that tells you that's not. You'll always serve your drinks from the right because the glasses will always be there.
whenever you're taking away a food and drinks, do you take it like reversed, or do you do it the same way? Taking away.
So usually it is standard issue is serve from the left, remove from the right. But Lori was saying at the Four Seasons, for whatever reason, they did it the other way. But drinks will always be near where the drinks are, serving bread when there's rolls. And I've been into restaurants where actually the bread plate actually is at the top. So wherever the bread is, but what you don't want to do is go like that, or go like that in front of, that's kind of not great hospitality.
This is also what you don't want to do. You don't want to ever serve like this. You see how I'm
On him.
I'm got my arm on him, so I would serve like that.
Away from. So you're trying to avoid manhandling the person that you're serving, you know, and if you really like they're flailing and you can't get in, that would be, you either pass them up and then they'll realize, or whoever's sitting next to them will say, you know, like, make them aware of that they're being really hard to serve, but, and then you might say.
We have that problem with Lori, sometimes she dances in her.
Another thing that Lori always brings up, and it's a really good point, when like say something's being served family style, what do you need? If you put a plate of food down and people are going to share it, what do you think would be really wise to help people share it?
Big spoons.
Smaller
Something
plates,
serving.
Serving silverware, and a lot of places don't do that, which means, and why would it not be the greatest idea to then use your forks?
Because it's contagious.
Right, you're then mixing your germs with somebody else's germs, so some places, I mean, it comes down to the pennies of washing more silverware or having more silverware, but as a guest, you have every right to ask, may I please have a serving spoon or something? Good places will do it. I mean, we've been at good places where they don't do it, but it's just
It's a little trendy right now.
yeah, if when thinking about your restaurants and how you want to serve people, it is a really nice thing.
Especially if I'm coming to your restaurant.
Lori will yell at you. What? Where is it? All of this should also make you better customers when you are eating out. Appreciate the people who are cooking your food, who are serving it, all that sort of stuff. Because being a good clientele is also as important as
I just heard on the news that millennials, which you guys are not, but you're a little younger than that, are not tipping. Somehow, nobody taught them. Right now, it may change, but right now, if you get good service, you should leave a 20% tip, okay? And if you can't do that, then don't go out to that restaurant, okay? So,
did that answer your question? Okay.
If you go to Korean barbecue, it's like 15% for like tips. So you pay like $150 for like 8 people. You have to pay like $30 as tip.
30, 40.
well, that's.
And if the service was really horrible, then
A glass of water.
Ask
for the manager and explain why you're not going to tip the normal amount, or and so that they know what's going on. In Europe, often the tip is already included in the bill. So sometimes when you leave money, they're not used to it, and or if you leave just a little, I mean, it's a funny thing, so also try and understand where it is you're at. Some new restaurants are including gratuity and tips or that sort of thing in the bill, so make sure you look at the bill, because if they've done it, then you don't need to. We don't want you losing money. So the trend is they're trying to do that so that they can just cover everybody's wages and split it between front and back of the house. Everybody understands the difference between front and back of the house, right?
Yes.
And everyone deserves a bit of the pool, you know, and so the industry is trying to figure out how to make it more fair for everyone and share the wealth or lack of it. So just things to think about. Any other questions?